Hello and welcome to the Fourth Down Fiasco. I am your host today, Tanner Vinsky, and with me is Daniel Weber. We are going to talk about Week 5 of the EFA and then get into the pick'ems for Week 6. Well, before we do that, we're also going to go over our awards, which are doing oh so well this year, and nobody's been upset by anything we've said. And it's going to be fun. And we'll see if this week's any more controversial than the last couple of weeks. I hope so. If we need to keep being the heel of the EAF, we'll be the heel of the EFA. But yeah,
I don't think last week was too controversial.
We did pretty good
with Magic.
Yeah, well, that's just because he's our boy. I think is really what helps out a little bit. If we keep giving maybe that's what we need to do. We just need to keep giving the awards to people who are cool with us until the point that they hate us.
True,
and then that's just the way we succeed. But it was a really good week of football this weekend, honestly.
Yeah.
Not probably. This is the best week of football we've had so far this season. I mean, we had a super competitive game against Tirol and Paris that came down to the final drive. Had a super competitive game against Nordic and Frankfurt, which came down to the last few minutes. And then Munich Prague was competitive for the first half, at least. But even then, Prague kind of hung in there, to be honest.
13-14 at half. It's pretty solid.
I think it was a little higher than that, right? It was 13-24.
ELFpedia is showing. Oh, no, you're right. 13-24, yeah.
Which still, you're down 11 points against Munich. You're pretty happy with that, I think, as a team.
Especially as Prague.
Yeah. No, so team got tired in the third and fourth. I mean, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But
Munich's going to kill you.
I guess let's just start there. Let's just start with Prague Munich because there's going to be the least amount to go over here. It was just more of the same of both of these teams. I think a lot of praise does have to come down to Prague just being competitive throughout, though. Like I said, it's 24-13 going into half. And, the offense was moving pretty well through the first half. They had a really long drive. It looked like in the second that didn't result in any points, which sucks. I mean, because they could have got something there. You could look at a 21-24 going into half. You're really into this one. But that Munich defense is so good. I mean, it's just hard to score on them.
Yeah, we've been saying it all year. But just kind of looking at the stats and everything as well, it looks like Prague just couldn't get any run game going. I mean, Henderson and Patterson had a beautiful game, but their leading rusher was Patterson with 18 yards.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the concern for Prague all season is their rushing game. I mean, what are let's check out the rushing yards for, it's Zulzeko still, right?
Yep.
Zulzeko. Let's see.
And we've seen him play last year and the last couple of years, and he's good, but
it's hard when you got that line, to be honest.
Yeah, it's hard to run when you're getting hit behind the line of scrimmage almost every time. I mean, that goes to Munich's defensive line and then also falls on Prague's offensive line. But
I mean, he's only had 34 attempts this year.
Really?
He's only had 34 attempts through 4 games, 121 yards. He's averaging 3.6 yards per carry, which really isn't that bad. I mean, 3.6 is not ideal. But for only having 121 yards 4 weeks through, or 5 weeks through at this point with a bye, you would think that total would be way higher than 121, right?
Because as a team, they have 354 and 92 attempts for 3.8 yards.
Just brutal. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they need to. Honestly, I think it's an O-line issue. They did bring in more guys, right? Didn't they bring in more guys this last few weeks to replace some of their guys?
I don't remember. Maybe.
Didn't they get Kleberg or something?
Yeah.
I think they brought in 2 new E's on the O-line that they didn't have before. So they're trying to address it, which is great by the Prague front office. They're trying to get a handle on things. Or shit, do they even have? They might have brought in 3 new EO linemen over the last few.
They now have 4 E's on their line, so that if they can't figure something out.
Yeah, and honestly, part of what's the struggle there is even, they brought in 4Es to try to fix their line. I mean, you're bringing in guys 5 weeks into the season. What do you really expect them to do? Like they're
Be
playing
perfect
catch up.
number one.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a long season for Prague. I mean, we've talked about this, I feel like ad nauseum at this point. It's going to be a long season for Prague. It's going to be tough, but there's pieces here. There's pieces to like for Prague, to be completely honest. Like, if they can just have their O-line develop a little bit better and their DBs play a little tighter of coverage and things like that. I mean, this team, and also just getting a fucking rushing game going. But like,
it doesn't help that they've played Nordic twice already and Munich once. It's like they've played.
They played 3 of the 4 best teams.
Or they played Chris, yeah. They played all the top teams. So I'll be curious what they can do against over the next couple of weeks. Frankfurt and Tirol. You get I say break the next 2 weeks with Frankfurt and Tirol. Then they go back to Paris and Munich.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's just it's hard when you're at the bottom.
Yeah, it's tough. But like I'm saying, there's pieces on this team I do like. Like, I think Henderson is great. Willie P is one of the best wide receivers in Europe.
Yeah.
And I don't think there would be much pushback on that. On paper, their DB room is good. On paper. It's just not connecting the way it has. And also, I think part of that is just on the field constantly. Like,
oh yeah, when does it show time of possession? Oh.
I mean, even if we can't find like the actual time of possession of the game, I mean, look how many scoring drives Munich had. The defense is just out there constantly.
You're on there all the time. What didn't Munich have 2 drives in the first 5 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
It's like you can't be doing that.
No, for sure. Yeah, it's a tough. I mean, it's a tough loss for Prague, but it's unfortunately to be expected. And hopefully they get a win somewhere around the line. I think they can beat Tirol. I think they can beat Frankfurt. I mean, even Paris seemed vulnerable this week. They almost lost to Tirol. So I think they can beat any of those 3 teams. I just don't think they can beat Nordic and Munich, which I think a lot of these teams can't beat Nordic and Munich, to be honest. So it's not really like the worst situation to be in. It just sucks. It sucks when it's a 6-team league because it just makes Prague look so much worse than they actually are. Like, because they're not really that bad. Like, if you watch the games, if you know ball, if you're actually paying attention to what's going on, this team isn't that bad. Like, I'm going to die on that hill, and maybe we'll get pushback on that, and maybe they are actually just terrible. But I refuse to believe it. We've been watching these players for a while. We've been following these players, and we see them play on the field, and they're like, this team's got Willie Patterson, man. Like,
Like, looking at, like, bringing in the other league, the AFLE, you're, like, you can't tell me that they wouldn't beat the Red Lions or the Paris Lights or
London
the Rams or probably even the Berlin Thunder. Like,
this might be extremely controversial. I think this team could beat Wrocław on the right day.
It'd probably be.
I wouldn't pick it. I wouldn't pick it, but I think they could.
It'd be a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just.
I think they could beat any team in the AFLE besides Rhein and Vienna, and honestly, I think they could beat any team in the EFA besides Munich and Nordic. Good Lord, my brain's not working today. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, look at the way Paris games went. Prague could catch them on the wrong day.
Yeah,
and they could do something there. I mean, I think they could beat Tirol. I don't think that's too controversial either. And Frankfurt has shown flaws too. Like, I think Prague isn't as bad as they look because they've had a horrible gauntlet to start the season. And they're going to get a win somewhere. I would be shocked to see Prague go 0-12 or whatever it is this season.
Yeah,
is it 0-12 or 0-10? 0-10.
Yeah, it'd be wild if they went 0-10. I mean, I could see a world where it happens, but I'm with you. I feel like they'll pick up a win somewhere. They'll sneak a win. Yeah, it's with 6 teams and 2 of the teams that we already know that are going to basically be in the championship game. It's kind of hard to look at Prague. Like, yeah, Raiders and Tyrol both have 0 wins, but we know the history of the team. Well, we know last year Prague, but not the rest of the history. But we know the history of Tyrol. They're not the bottom tier team. Like, put Tyrol in the AFLE, and they're one of the best teams.
That's the issue, man. Is both of these leagues, man. It's a two horse race in both of these leagues. It's Rhein and Vienna in one, and it's Munich in Nordic in the other, man.
They shot themselves in the both feet and they just handicap each other. It's just so frustrating.
It really is. I want to watch Vienna Nordic, man. I want to watch Vienna Munich. I think those games would be electric. I want to watch Rhein. We don't have to get into it. We don't have to get into it, but I do want to watch those games.
We're beating a dead horse, and it's the freaking ELF.
Yeah, I know.
We had it, and we all know it. Now we're sitting here talking about how Prague is 0-5 or 0-4.
And the worst part is, dude, did any of us pick Stuttgart to win it all last year? Like at the beginning of the season? I don't think so, right?
No, it was in the beginning of the year. It was Nordic, Vienna, Rhein, and Stuttgart. I mean, Stuttgart was in the top 4, but I don't think any of us picked
Even
them.
in the playoffs, did we like? I feel like we might have split between picking Vienna and
our way too early power rankings. Mine went Vienna, Nordic, Stuttgart, Paris in my top 4. Yours went Vienna, Stuttgart, Rhein, Paris. Nordic at 5. Wow, look at you, loser.
I was right. I mean, look at those top 4 teams. Well, I guess Nordic did better than Paris, right?
Yeah.
But the other three did better than Nordic. Vienna. Well, no, Rhein also didn't. Rhein lost. I was just high on Rhein.
Yeah.
The other 2 was fine.
Then Jordan took Vienna, Stuttgart, Nordic, Fire. So yeah, we had them on our top 3 like way too early power rankings.
Mm-hmm.
We were high on them. But I don't know.
It wasn't like a clear gone conclusion that they were going to win the league, which I feel like is kind of tough with these 2 leagues because I feel like we have a pretty clear consensus on who's going to win. I guess in the EFA it is really kind of a coin flip between Nordic and Munich.
Yeah. But everyone knows Vienna's winning the AFLE.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd be shocked if they did. I mean, be hilarious if they don't.
Yeah. But yeah, Nordic Munich is going to be great because they'll play each other twice in the regular season.
So we'll kind of see how that's going to look. I just hope they split. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I think it's unfair Munich gets like a home field game technically, just being a little toss across the Alps to go to Alpine or to Tirol or
I mean, I don't know.
Ridiculous.
Not really. I mean, Nordic plays in Denmark. They're not going to have a close commute anywhere, you know?
Yeah, I know. But talking about Nordic, let's hop to the Nordic Frankfurt game. This was a lot closer than I think anybody expected. If you looked at ELFPD's post, Nordic Storm was projected to score like 55 points. They scored 20.
Let's see. What did I pick? Yeah, I mean, I picked Nordic Storm to win by 17 plus, and I picked the over.
I think everyone did.
Yep.
With Nordic dropping 40 last week, 39 the week 2, and 47 week 1. Yeah, scoring 20 is half of what you have been scoring the entire year.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it was close though. I mean, what's it called? And none of us saw this one coming. Like, it just wasn't how we expected this game to go down. Nordic it seemed Nordic just had a rough day offensively. They had a hard time putting together drives. They had a hard time finishing on drives. Jadrian looked human.
Yeah,
at the season.
Yeah, he had a couple picks, a couple touchdowns. But what's wild is like they struggled, but he still had 288 yards. Tunga still had 140 yards on the ground. It's like,
by their standards, that's struggling. Like by their like I'm saying, they looked human. Like they haven't looked human this season. They've looked superhuman. They've looked unstoppable.
Yeah,
and they could have lost this game. I mean, fell apart in that fourth quarter. They couldn't put anything together.
Yeah, I mean, when your quarterback is your leading rusher, good luck.
Yeah.
But I mean, the weather might have had a factor. We were watching a little bit, and it
was
looked
raining.
Gross.
Yeah, it just sucks because it's like, I mean, this is a game in Frankfurt. You know they're sitting in the locker room. They're like, we should have had this one. Like we should have pulled off the upset.
Because this could, like, depending on how season rolls, this game could have been a playoff decider.
Oh yeah, this could have been seeding in the playoffs for sure.
Or even just Frankfurt making and missing it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like if they snuck a win against Nordic, that's an extra win than Paris is probably going to get against anyone.
Well, dude, I mean they got to play. They haven't played their first matchup or their other matchup yet. So I mean, maybe when it's in Frankfurt as opposed to in Denmark, that might be the difference. I wouldn't pick it.
I don't think being at home would make it a difference. I think the weather had a factor. You caught Jadrian twice off guard, and you had a chance, and you just didn't capitalize. But
no, trust me, I agree. Like if when the time comes, I'm probably picking Nordic, but this is a really impactful performance by Frankfurt. I mean, the fact that you're able to just look this good defensively, which is what we've been saying the whole offseason. We were saying Frankfurt's defense was really good. And no one believed us.
Yeah.
No one believed us. Everybody said Frankfurt's defense was terrible. But they're not. They got ballers, and they can put it together. And the proof is in the pudding here. I mean, it was a close game. It was 13-12.
Yeah.
They just had to get any points on the board at any point. Or they just needed to make their extra points. They could have made the extra point and then burned out clock, and could have won 14-13 instead of having to go down and score.
Yeah. But yeah, you walked away with a loss, but there's a lot to take away that is positive from this game. You can hang with one of the big dogs. You have the scorebook to prove it. So, yeah, you might not have got the win, but you got a chance. You can fight above your weight class if you need to.
No, and what's it called? Garbers looked good. I mean,
he was the whole team.
Yeah, he looked great. I mean, he had 89 yards on the ground. What's it called? His passing, again, low totals, 11 for 18, 146, and a touchdown. But the fact that he's a dual threat QB really helps a lot. It brings a lot of life into this offense. If he can just improve as a passer, I mean, he's going to be a problem. We're just kind of waiting. I mean, it feels like with Garbers, it's a waiting game. We're waiting for the big breakout because he's been consistently pretty solid. It's just passing has been pretty. There just hasn't been the big blow, back-breaking, blown up play for him, where it's just he can chuck it 60 yards down the field and get a 70-yard touchdown, we just haven't really seen that yet, and that's kind of what you need in the EFA to really just bring the life out of these defenses. And if we can see him get one of those, then I think and do it consistently, then I think we're going to have a much better time looking at Garbers and saying this guy's the third best QB in the EFA or the second best QB in the EFA,
No, yeah, and I'm waiting for him to have basically a Jadrian Clark game where he throws up 405.
Yeah,
but
his totals look passing wise. I mean, Jadrian has 1,300 and he has 896. So. And Jadrian has 16 touchdowns. Garbers has 5. So it's, it's tough. It's a lot lower.
It doesn't help. Jadrian's just Jadrian as well.
For sure. But he's better than the other guys below him. He's had much better games than Zach has had this so far. He's had better games than Krajewski, besides Krajewski's week 1, which was really good. And then he's played better than Henderson. So it's really just like, when can he like fall into the Tabor Clark discussions? Can he like have the big plays like they can?
Yeah.
And I see it. I see the vision, and I think we all do. I think we all think that he has the potential to blow up defenses like those two QBs can. We're just kind of waiting for it to happen.
Yeah. I think if Garbers came in last year, he'd be at a much higher level now.
For sure.
Like coming into this weird league and weird situation, especially being signed in Madrid, practicing with Madrid, being in Madrid, and then having to hop over to Germany.
Yeah, RIP, man. At least I finally got the shirt, so that's cool.
Yeah, 2 years later.
2 years later. He's the third. I looked at the season totals again for Garbers. He's the third.
Yeah,
ranked rusher, so that's funny.
Yeah, third ranked passer and third ranked rusher. I mean, he's trying to do everything he can for this team.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
You guys should help him if you're his teammates. Just a thought.
Cool. Well, do we want to get into the best game of the week?
Yeah, Paris Raiders. Zach is trying to be Zach.
Yeah, he looked rusty in this game again.
We've been saying that for so long.
We've been saying that. I do think the rust is gonna wear off. Like I do. Last week, when you weren't there, I spoke a little bit about Paris's QB situation, and looking at the way Paris has played the first couple of weeks, would have it just been better to keep Henderson and keep developing Henderson rather than bringing Zach back? And the advantage that Munich has had having Tabor for 2 years now and letting Tabor develop in the system and lead the offense. And if what Paris needs to get over the hump and be one of the top teams and be a championship team is that them having a consistent force at QB, because Zach had the year off, he's coming back after a year without playing football, looking rusty. Is Paris a better team if they just have Henderson, who has already been into the system, already knows all of his players, and has been practicing the whole time and has been playing football?
Yeah.
Which is tough to say because I love Zach Edwards, and Zach could go out there and throw 6 picks, and I'd still be like, yeah, Zach's probably still a top 5 QB in Europe,
I mean, he is. I mean,
yeah. And he's going to judge himself harsher than we're ever going to judge him. So you don't really take what we're going to say for granted because, we like the guy. But it does have some credence, I think. And it sucks to say that after they bring that up after they win. It's like, oh, are they making a mistake here? And it's, Paris is doing actually pretty solid this season. But it's something to keep an eye on. I do have just supreme faith though that Zach is just gonna stop forgetting what he can do. Football. Get into more of game ready, conditioning and stuff like that, and he's just gonna sit there. He's just gonna go out there and ball. I trust me, dude. I don't think any of us would be shocked if by week 8 Zach Edwards is out there and he's just throwing 400 yards. It's yep, makes sense.
No, yeah, and I mean, you can tell that like you said, he's very rusty. He has a 6 to 5 touchdown to interception ratio and 2 fumbles.
Yeah, and even in this game where they win, there was moments where he just missed some throws, and
he just looks off, and I don't know what it is, and I expect him to have him figure it out.
I will say. With that specifically, though, I mean, he did lead them on a game-winning drive, and it was a long drive where they didn't have much time. They were down 17-10, and they go ahead and they score 14 unanswered. Or I think they were down 17-7, maybe.
17-10.
It was 17-10. Okay. So, yeah, they go and they score
2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns unanswered in the fourth quarter. Your QB pulls that off for you. Are you really that upset as Paris? Definitely not. Definitely not.
No. I mean, they've snuck away some wins, but I mean, luckily they're doing it now. They had 1-point win against Frankfurt. Now they have the 7-point win against Raiders.
And the worst part about it is this is the same thing we were just talking about with Frankfurt Nordic. Tirol should have won this game. If Tirol's defense didn't just completely collapse in the fourth quarter, they win this game.
100%.
Because Paris didn't score in the third at all. They played great in the third quarter. They had only given up 10 points through the game. They give up 14 in the fourth, and it's on 2 drives. Paris only got 2 drives in the fourth quarter, and they scored on both of them. And they were long scoring drives. It took up a lot of clock. Because the issue with the Tirol game is they get into field goal range at like 11:59 left in the fourth. They go and they kick the field goal. It's a gimme field goal. It's like 30-something yards. Miss the field goal, and it's like, okay, Paris is going to go on a drive. Worst case scenario, they score here. We'll get the ball back. See how it goes. Paris goes on an 8.5-minute drive. They kill almost all of the fourth quarter. They score. Tirol gets the ball back. Krajewski actually makes a couple of plays to get it out of their territory. He throws a pick, and then, it's like 2.5 minutes, I think it was, or something like that. It wasn't much time at all left in the game. 2.5 minutes, Paris gets the ball back, and they still go on a full drive. Like, it's not like they got the ball at the 30 and they had to just go a little bit. Like, they had to go on an actual full-length drive and score. And they did that in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's terrible by Tirol. Like, they just needed to, if they would have just had that field goal and then Paris takes that long to score, Tirol can just play. They don't have to play to go get a field goal. They can just play to drain the clock, which they probably could have done because they were running effectively all game.
Yeah. They were getting 8 yards a carry or whatever it was. Yeah, what was the final stat line on that? Like, but no, yeah, it's like,
I mean, Hallswanter has
a team we hype for their defense. Their defense fell apart. Like, it was non-existent in the fourth quarter. It's like you're known for your defense, and you just disappeared in the biggest time of the game. But you were averaging 5 yards a carry.
Yeah,
it's a first down every 2 plays.
It's crazy, dude. It's disgusting. Like, Tirol, like, if they would have just made that field goal, man, that's what's just so sad, man, is that they make the field goal. They're fine. They can rain, because Hallswanter had, what's it called? He had 13 attempts, 62 yards, 4.8 per carry. And then Bonatti, I think, even had the better game. 13 attempts, 60 yards, 4.6 per carry. I mean, they literally had identical games. What the hell? Like, that's just how good Hallswanter and Bonatti is as like
what they do is they just alternate them. They just do the exact same thing, so they're never tired.
Yeah. No, it is awesome. Like, it's a great running room for them. Did Tonko cover? No, he didn't hold the ball at all this game. So still, like, there's 2 running backs, give them that much production. Krajewski can actually kind of move in the pocket a little bit too. You could have drained 2.5 minutes off the clock if you would have scored that field goal. That's all they need to do, because it took like, credit to Tirol. They made them work for that first touchdown. Like, it took them a lot to get there. Yeah. And by the end, it's like, yeah, they're gassed. Like, no wonder they give up the last touchdown of the game. But they should have just never even been in that situation. Krajewski never should have been in the situation where his coach has to tell him to go back down there and try to get him to score another field goal and risk them throwing a pick and throwing the game away, which is what happened.
Yeah, they had it and they choked it away.
Yep.
But at least we know not Paris. The Raiders are capable of winning a game, possibly.
No, absolutely, dude. Like I said, like, there's no reason they should have lost this game.
Yeah.
But speaking of how good Paris's defense is, do we want to start with Unsung so we can talk about talking about the great Paris defense once again?
With Unsung, but he was actually the week 1 runner-up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Forget his first name.
Jamalcolm
Liggins. Jamalcolm Liggins, 3
Fire
tackles.
name, by the way.
Yeah, 3 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and a pick. Dude was all over the
Ceiling
place.
pick.
Honestly, game sealing, helping game winning pick. Because the offense had to do something with it. But huge pick, huge opportunity all over the field. Good job.
Awesome player. Awesome defense. I mean,
He's electric to watch.
I think I sent a text where when we decided to go Liggins for unsung, it's like any opportunity to glaze the Paris defense we got to take, and I think it's going to still feel that way through the whole game or through the whole season. But yeah, this Paris team is awesome. They really are. You can see if you look at
the team is going to be stupid.
I mean, look at our awards this season. Has Paris won an award every week they've played so far?
Let's find out.
Which is better than last year, because last year we were giving a lot of fiasco players to Paris, and they were not happy about it. So glad we're on Paris' good side again.
Yeah, seriously. Paris, Mr. Fiasco. Not week 3.
And then week 2.
Probably because they had a bye week. Week 2. Yep. Week 1, yeah. 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah, so each week they played 1, 2, 4, 5 at this point.
Oh yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5. They've had every week they've played. They've had an award winner.
Fortunately, last week was fiasco because they lost. But when they win, we pretty much give them an award. Is how it goes. So shout out Paris. Shout out the Paris team. Shout out Zach Edwards for getting it done in the 4th, even despite having a rough game. Because those last 2 drives by him, methodical, really well done, super accurate. Like, you can tell he kind of was like, oh, I can win this game? Yeah, let's go out there and let's win this game, Yeah,
and that he's clutch. Like, yeah, he has the fumbles, he has the turnover issues, but when you need him, he's most likely going to be there.
Yeah, and that's what else would you want in a QB?
Yeah, and talking about someone that'll always be there, seems to be Mr. Always Wide Open to an extent. Mr. Big Dog of the week, Brendan Bulio, Mr. Bo. Jadrian Clark's number 1 target, 125 yards on 10 receptions, 11 targets. Holy cow. 12.5 yards a catch, a touchdown.
Yeah, banger game.
He's been balling out all season.
How many times has he been on the short list for Big Dog?
I think almost every week. Like
every week he's played, we're like, do we give it to Bo?
Yeah.
Well, we almost did it the one week we gave Jadrian it, right?
Yeah, like he has 500 yards already on averaging 15.2 yards a catch, 8 touchdowns. Like, that's stupid. 48 targets, 33 receptions. Like, week 1, he went 129 and 3. It's like, we didn't give him that. His week 1 is better than this week's.
Yeah.
His week 2 was 148 and 2. His week 4 was 98 and 2. My bad.
Yeah, he's pretty much averaging 100. He's averaging 100 yards per game.
And that was against Prague, so he probably didn't play much. He still had 13 targets, though.
Yeah, and the thing is why not target him if he's going to keep being open,
Yeah.
It's an easy thing for Clark to do, and I bet he loves having him on the team.
Oh, yeah.
I bet if Clark and Tunga leave, they might bring Bo with them, too.
Just start a new trio, like LeBron and Bosch and Wade.
Yeah. It's the Heatles again. We'll have to cook. We'll get Jordan in the kitchen. We got to figure out what is the Nordic Storms version of the Heatles with these 3,
Yeah. Well, if you guys know, let us know.
Yeah. If anybody has an idea too, we'll steal it. So
yeah, we won't give you credit. Just kidding. We will.
Unless it's Marcus, then we'll give you credit.
Then Mr. Fiasco.
This might have been the toughest Mr. Fiasco we've done. Because
before you even start, I pitched the idea of just foregoing an award this week for Mr. Fiasco.
No, we were actually really close because we didn't even decide on the Fiasco until like, I don't know, 2 minutes before we started the episode. We were still sitting there debating on who to give it to because everybody played pretty damn well this week. And a lot of guys we had on the short list were like, yeah, like that was a bonehead mistake, but they also played well the majority of the game.
There's one guy. I was
And
like, well, he had 8 tackles and like 2 sacks. It's like, well, he's not Mr. Fiasco.
yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, he blew a play, but like whatever. He did great the rest of the game. And this guy honestly is probably our weakest Fiasco award winner, but somebody's got to win it. We're not going to just not give it out. It's not on our brand. And unfortunately, too, it's his first game of the season.
Go for it.
Yeah, so is it Milos or Milos? Do you know?
I'd say Milos.
I think it's Milos Lilish.
Illich.
Milos Illich. So yeah, Milos Illich for the Prague Lions. Once again, the Prague Lions in a defensive black are falling into a Fiasco situation.
Oh, no. I can only see the comments already.
I know. It's his first game back. It's getting the rust off, I imagine.
Yeah.
But it was a tough day at the office for him. Only 3 tackles on the game. And from what we were able to review on tape again, it looked like he was at least in the vicinity / partially responsible for 3 of the touchdowns given up from Munich. And as we were going through, we even missed one of the scoring touchdowns. So we won't look at that one. And let's just pretend he wasn't at fault for that one. Let's just say there was no issue there.
Maybe that was the one he also got pancaked again on, like the other one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's not even focus on that touchdown that we missed when we were going through tape. And regardless, it's a tough day at the office. It's his first game back. I'm sure we can easily see this guy. We can easily see Milos coming back and having a great game and bouncing back, just getting some of the rust off. It's also just a brutal first game back. Like you're coming back, starting your season off with Munich. Like,
good luck.
Yeah, that sucks. Like, that's brutal, dude. I really don't blame him for having a tough day, but obviously as an import, you're going to get more pressure on you. You're going to get more pressure to perform. It's a tough day at the office. Prague, we glazed them earlier. They're not as bad as we think they are. I really think they're going to get a win, and I hope that we can give Milos big dog next week because he got 3 picks, you know?
Yeah, I hope. Yeah. And what's going to suck is we're going to post the graphic, and the graphics get views, but not everyone listens to this.
No, everyone listens to podcasts.
So they're just going to see that and be like, "Are you kidding me?" And it's like,
I think we just need to, like, instead of responding on like our reasonings on the post, we just got to say listen to the pod, you know?
Yeah, give them a timestamp. Be like, at the 35-minute mark, go listen.
Yeah, like that's probably the best approach to do it, because I mean, it makes sense when you see a graphic. You're just gonna think these guys are assholes, but
yeah, I mean,
we are actually picking them for reasons, you know, and we are kind of assholes. That's true, but there's a reason why we're picking somebody, and it's not just because we're like fucking spinning a dartboard and throwing it and like, oh, land on Milos this week. I guess that's where we're going.
Well, we could do that with the Prague DB room, but that's besides the point.
Hey, Ken Hike had a great game.
True.
Honestly, when we were looking at the touchdowns, he wasn't really responsible for any of them. He had some good tackles. You're just playing the Munich Ravens. Good luck. You know, that's really what it comes down to.
Yep. Good luck.
But awesome week of football. Yeah. Awesome awards this week.
It's what the league needed, especially comparing it to the especially comparing it to the other league.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this right now? I don't know if this is going to go over so well if we talk about the scores from.
Nope. We had pretty close games besides the one. But then the AFLE Rhine Fire beat Paris Lights 35-0. Vienna Vikings beat the Alpine Rams 47-20, which had the betting line happened to be 17.5, and the Rams scored late. Weird.
Well, no, I mean Vienna still won by 27 points.
Oh, you're right. My math is just dumb. And then the London Warriors get their first win, 51-26 against the Red Lions, who are just a B team in Italy. Then the Panthers just obliterate Berlin 50-12.
What if we give the Fiasco award winner to the AFLE?
I was thinking, what if like just Mr. Fiasco is just players from the AFLE?
Oh man, that wouldn't go over well at all.
No,
would not go over well at all. So yeah, it's great that the EFA had some competitive games. Shout out the AFLE for the weeks that they had competitive games, though. There has been
They've
actually
had some good games. Like I've still been
Alpine
following them.
London. Alpine London was a banger last
Yeah.
week. Paris Wrocław was. I mean, Paris scored garbage time touchdowns to make it
But
close.
even the Vikings Ryan game a couple weeks ago was still good. Like
Mhm.
they've had good football. Like it is football. We followed the teams, we followed the players. So
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, the AFLE's also had competitive games. It's not like it's just only the EFA now at this point who's had them. But I'm glad that we're getting to a point. And as long as games are continuing to be competitive in both leagues, hopefully that just means when the merger happens, it's going to be even better.
when the merger happens, it'll be great.
Yep. All right, that's enough about last week, though. We want to get into our pick'ems for next week.
Pick'ems.
So, I got it up on the website. So we got Paris Musketeers at Nordic Storm. The line is 44.5.
44.5. Give me I feel like the side comment. I feel like Nordic has played all their home games already.
Now, let's see, actually.
They're at home again.
Played at home last week.
Week 1,
They're
week 2,
away.
week 5, and week 6.
So
yeah, they're on the road until week 13 after this.
Which that's tough.
Crazy.
So yeah, this will be their 4th home game. Brutal. Regardless of that, though, 44.5, I think give me the over for sure.
Yeah, at 44.5, yeah. I'm taking Nordic. Give me the over. Probably a 14-point game. Like a late touchdown to put them over that 14 mark.
I actually think this is going to be a one-score game.
Really?
I think so. I mean, it was a one-score game against Tirol. Paris's defense is better. Weather could be another issue again. I mean, you never know.
Don't know the weather.
We don't know the weather. I don't know. Tirol showed that there's sorry, not Tirol. Frankfurt. Good Lord, man. Frankfurt showed that there's some blood in the water, and I think Paris is a team that's going to be able to capitalize on it. I still think Nordic's going to win, but I think Paris, as long as they're playing well offensively, I think a big part it also is going to rely on is Austin Mitchell going to be playing this week because he got taken out of the game last week. Which big shout out to Austin Mitchell for getting up, and I don't know if we got any updates if he's okay or what's going on there, but it looked like a terrible injury.
Yeah.
In the game. So also going to depend on if he's back because that's going to be a huge blow to the offense if he's going to be out. But if he's back, I don't know. I still like Nordic to win, obviously, but I think Paris can make it a one-score game, and I could see this game being I think it's going to be a good game. I'm going to say 35-28.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see Clark throwing 2 interceptions again, but I see Zach throwing at least 2 against this defense. And Frankfurt stayed so close because of the picks. So that's where I think the extra turnovers there is going to get us over that 14 to 17 kind of point mark. But Paris, I still think it'd score 21. So what 21 to 34?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Prague, Frankfurt.
So yeah, Prague at Frankfurt. Line is 51.5.
Holy cow.
I think for this one, I actually feel comfortable doing the under. I don't think these offenses are explosive enough to get 52 total points in the game. But I do think this game is going to be competitive for Prague, but I don't think it's going to be a one-score game. I'd say Frankfurt wins let's just do exactly under the line. Let's do 30-20. I even still feels too high scoring. Maybe 28-18.
I was gonna say 28-17.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Frankfurt. I think Frankfurt wins at home in front of their crowd, keeps it kind of the momentum, even though they lost, the momentum kind of rolling, getting back on their feet. A win's a win. Sadly, I don't think Prague's getting it this week.
I don't think so either, but I think it's going to be closer. I think both these games are going to be closer, which will be sweet.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this is the Garbers game that we've been
I'd be
thinking
surprised either.
for. I hope it is.
I hope so too.
Yeah. 2 games. That's about it. Easy enough.
Yeah. I do think they're both going to be good, though. I think they're both going to be competitive.
Yeah, it's just going to be, I think, fourth quarter, one of the teams in each game is just going to slow down, fall apart.
Yeah. Taking the home teams again for all these games. For both games. I think last week I took all the home teams, too.
Yeah.
So.
But, well, thanks for listening. Or if you watch on YouTube or watch on Spotify, you can listen on YouTube, watch on Spotify. Backwards, I don't know how. Yep.
I mean, you can do both. I mean, there's video on, or actually, no, we don't do video on YouTube, huh?
Nope, that's what we only do audio, but then you can listen and watch on Spotify or Apple Podcast or wherever else you find your podcasts. Follow us on social media at Fourth Down Fiasco on Instagram. Want to start posting on TikTok YouTube. If we do that at @4th_pod. I might have Jordan just take over the X, unless you want to take over the X and just post random stuff. It'd be kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, do we even have like followers on X? Because Europe doesn't really use X, right?
No, we still have a small handful though.
Yeah, maybe I'll just start. Have you been seeing the Skip Bayless quotes about Victor Wembanyama? Have you been seeing those?
No.
Dude, Skip's back in the kitchen, man. He's now that LeBron's like kind of done with his career, he had to find a new person. He's been calling him Victim Wembanyama. He's been cooking. Wow. So maybe that's what I need to do with our Instagram.
Yeah, just use our X just for clickbait.
Yeah, I need to just we need to treat it like Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
I gotta hone it in, dude. You should go look at Skip Bayless's Twitter. Like he's been cooking. After
this, I will.
He's been going crazy.
But yeah, go follow us on Instagram. That's where I post most of our stuff. And until next time, till next week, this has been Fourth Down Fiasco. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Hugs and kisses.